Hi everyone, Maxine here with Tink and I Treasures. Welcome to my studio. Today I thought we would have a play with 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. So get out your stash. In this project, we don't want to use paper we don't like. We want to use paper that we like. That will go well with the journal we're making, or something to have on hand for a journal later on, but definitely something we like. Cover that up. Sorry. Oops, sorry about that. Covering up those glares. I'm sorry. Yeah, people's black ones don't seem to glare like this one does. Anyway. I digress. So I have, for the sake of time, I have pulled out some scrapbook papers from pads that I like, and I have already cut them in half. So you can see these are, let me get out a little farther. There we go. These are 12 by 12. That I've cut in half, so they're 6 inches wide each. Okay. Same with this one. This one is not quite cut in half. This side is a little bit wider than this side because I wanted to, you know, go down the middle and get that like that. But that's okay. And, you know, you can do that too if there's something specific that you don't want to, oh, I didn't even know how that went together now. If there's something specific you don't want to cut, then, you know, just move it over a little bit. It's okay that one size is bigger than the other. No worries there. But anyway, yeah, so I have all these that I've already cut in half. So let's get started with our little project. Have you gotten your papers? Go ahead and put me on pause and get out your papers. This is going to be fun. Okay? So, what we're going to do, okay, so when you're looking at your paper, you want to decide, first of all, if the design has a direction. Like this, oh, that's weird. That is definitely a direction, but then this is upside down, and I mean, that's how they did this paper, so. Now those are all right side up. I wonder if that was a mistake. Anyway, so I'm looking at this, and there's this big house that I totally want to have right side up. So I am going to turn it this way and fold it. So yeah, the fold is probably about 1/4, maybe 1/3. But you can eyeball it. You know, you can have this shape and size any way you'd like it. So we're just going to fold it like that, and it's created an envelope type shape. I am going to round the corners here, which you can do or not do. You know, that's a design decision. So there we go. I mean, it's just really simple. Now for the sides, I'm gonna sew my sides, but you could totally glue them if you want. Let's see, I've made some. Here's one that would probably show up on film really well. So this one I just sewed down both sides. So we have a nice little pocket envelope. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. Let's take a different one. I kind of want to do, where is it? Here's this bigger one. So, you know, of course we want the lady to be upright. So again, I'm going to fold it like this. And this time I'm going to come up. See, how far you come up here will determine how big your flap is. So, you know, if you want a bigger flap, then you don't fold it quite as high up. So, what's nice about using double-sided scrapbook paper is that, you know, your inside already has a design, so you don't have to line it. Let's see, this one I made, yeah. So this one I made, this was one-sided scrapbook paper. So I lined it with some old book page. But if you have double-sided, then, you know, you don't have to do that, which is nice. Also, the double-sided tend to be a heavier paper, although not always. So a heavier paper would be a better choice for this project. If your paper's not very heavy, you might want to layer it with some book pages or something like that first, you know, so it's, and let that dry really well, so you have a, you know, thicker, stronger paper for this. Let's see, this one's cool. I love this paper. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's from. It's just some paper pad I had in my stash, remnants of a paper pad. So, yeah, that one. Okay, so this one, I'm not folding it up quite so high, so I have a bigger flap coming down. So yeah, just experiment with how you like it. You know, do you like the flap coming down like that? Or do you like the flap higher up? Or this one is somewhere in between. There we go. Okay, so I am going to sew the sides, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and we've got the sides sewn down. So we've got these nice little envelopes. Okay, this one I did a zigzag and then a straight and then a zigzag again. You see this a lot in people's digitals where they've made it look like it's been sewn straight and then zigzag and straight. Have you noticed that? So I do that a lot when I'm actually sewing something, and I will change the stitch so it goes from straight to zigzag because, well, frankly, I kind of like it. And a lot of designers, you know, are putting that into their digitals, so I think, well, okay. So I hope everyone's having a nice, good week. Everyone's doing well. And you working on projects? Let me know in the comments. I thank you for the comments I've been getting. Thank you, Bev and Tony and Carol. Thank you for your wonderful comments. I appreciate your nice comments, and yeah, so let me know what you're doing, what you're working on. Okay, now the fun part, decorating. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's like, oh, I don't know what to do. And I always start out with, I don't know what to do, and then I end up doing something. So I'm just going to ink these up, and I probably should have inked them up before I sewed them all down, because it's hard to get this once it's sewn down. So don't do as I do, do as I say. If you want to do any, you know, inking in general, it's probably best if you do it before you sew or before you glue. Come on. I think it's, is it me? It doesn't look like it's coming off very well. I'm probably running out. This is the ground espresso that I really like, and I use it a lot. I should probably break down and buy another one. This 4-pack that I got, I got this, and I'm pretty sure it was a yard sale. Somebody had a whole bunch of stuff they were getting rid of, paper punches and paper packs, and pretty sure that's where I got this, so who knows how much it was used before I got it. So I keep spraying it with water, and that makes it go better for a while. And then it stops. I just use plain water. Kind of gets it going. Oops, I missed a string. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit easier to decorate, you know, like I did this one earlier. And it's just plain green cardstock, so it was really easy to decorate. I actually put this label so the flap tucks into this label and closes. So that was kind of brilliant. And then the back I put on a pocket and put in some tags and some material, and yeah, so I really like how that turned out, but it's easier to decorate something that is blank like that, because this, I mean, I don't even know if, I don't feel like it really needs anything, you know, but I suppose it should have something on it, huh? So these little pockets I came across are kind of cool. So, oh, wait a minute, oh, this one. I like that. Yeah, let's see. I need to get over here to bend these down. I have a hard time with these that, you know, you got to get, you know, on the bottom side of this because you don't want that showing. Well, I kind of wish they would just make them all a solid color, you know? It would make it easier, wouldn't it? I mean, I don't know. Maybe that creates more work. I don't know. This bought, you know, just as a side note. Cut that in a little bit more. As a side note, when you have these sides that you're folding in, I like to have the bottom one on the outside of these two side ones like this. That way, when you're putting things in there, they don't get hung up on this, because if it's on the inside of these two side flaps, then when you put things in there, they tend to get jammed up against that. So just a little FYI, just a little, oh, by the way, I have found that this helps if you put those side flaps in first, and that is on the top. They don't get quite so jammed up. Okay. I've seen this, you know, I've had other videos where I show you how to make proper envelopes, but these are, I ran across this one the other day and I thought, oh, well, now that's fun. I mean, these are just so simple, you know, you just fold a piece of paper, you know, and how you fold it and the size you begin with dictates, you know, what the size is that you end up with. And yeah, so I thought, well, that's fun. I mean, it's not as detailed as, I mean, it's not a proper envelope, you know, but shoot. I have lost my keep that out. Yeah, I have lost my applique. Oh, there they are. There they are. I really need to get this stuff sorted, I tell ya. It's quite the mess. Anyway, you know, I thought maybe this would be pretty. So, I love this. I don't have too many of these, and the way I'm going through this, I'm going to have it all used up. But what's the purpose of hoarding it, you know? I mean, I got it to be able to put it on things, to use it, right? So hoarding it kind of defeats the purpose. But these things are expensive, I have found. One of the things I'm going to start looking for when I go to the thrift shop is look at the fancy dress clothes that they have and see if I can find clothes that have, you know, appliques and different things like that on them. That's the back. Okay. Oh, I suppose we need different glue for this. Fabric. Something that deals with fabric, huh? Okay. Let's see. What do we got going on here? I think kind of like that. We can cut that off. Okay. And get that on there. So it's all on there. Uh-oh. This'll work. Push that down without getting your fingers all stuck in it, huh? So we'll just snip that off. Oh, maybe not. Oh, well, I guess I need my fabric scissors. There we go. There. I like that. That's pretty. This is, I don't know, this looks like sewing theme to me. So that's why I thought of that to put on there. And let's see, what else do we want to do? Yeehaw. Let's see. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Oops, which way does this go? Some of these, it's so hard to tell. I guess that way's okay. So, do we want this hanging out, or do we want this hanging off like this? Or do we want it on like that? Maybe going across? No. Over here? Maybe like that. Yeah, maybe that. Okay, so I'm gonna have it just like this, so it's hanging off ever so slightly. So how's the weather where you are? Is it snowing? Did you have a white Christmas? Is it sunny and warm? We almost had a white Christmas. It snowed the next day. So, how's that for timing, huh? Kind of early it's kind of early for us to have snow. We usually don't have snow in December. It's usually more into January and definitely February. February is usually the bad weather month. So, you know, last year, February, we had a horrible ice storm and took out the power for 7 days. That was quite the ordeal. I mean, just, yeah, that was not fun. I don't want to do that again. What should we do about that? I wonder. You know, that's another thing. You might want to think about your closure before you button up the sides. Because, you know, depending on what you're going to do for a closure, it might be a lot easier, you know, if it wasn't all sewn up. If you could get at it better. So I am going to see if I can, anyway, put in a magnet for a closure. So, okay, let go. These are really super strong magnets. I got them from Amazon. It was a package of 100. At least it said it was. I'm kind of not too sure about that number, if it was actually 100 or not, but do a couple of these, crisscross it maybe, so I can have more to hold on to. Like I said, it would have been easier to do this before closing up the sides, but oops, that doesn't stick very well on itself. Okay. So we'll give this a try and see if we can do this without too much trouble. Famous last words, huh? Also, it would be nice, you know, if I could cover that magnet with something, you know, which would have been easy to do before the sides, you know, were done. Okay, now you just throw the other one on there and see where it sticks. Okay. Then I usually put some glue on the top side. Close your lid. Press that down. And now you've got an impression over on this side of where this should be. That glue isn't going to do it, but it'll give you the exact impression of where it should be. Okay? So we're going to have to let that dry. Maybe I should have put more glue on it. I think I'll use this kind. Okay. Yeah, but that helps you to know placement without a lot of fiddling. Okay, so yeah, all this would be easier done before the sides are sewn or glued. So you want to keep that in mind. What type of closure you might want to put on it, if you want to put a closure at all. These kind of flap up a little bit. Also, if you wanted to put something on there that would, you know, kind of turn on a brad, that would also be a lot easier. In fact, I'm not even going to try and do a brad. I don't think. In this environment, I don't know. Maybe. Where is something? I had a whole bunch. I'm not sure where they've gotten off to. I had a whole bunch of little thingies I made. And for the life of me, I don't know where they all are. Seems like I saw one in this stuff. Aha. There's one. Probably won't work. See, these are... Oh. Well, that one. Maybe if I cut this down to get rid of that white. This is very thick. It's 2 pieces of cardstock that's been glued together. So it's really thick and it's very sturdy, so that's what I was thinking. It would make a really nice closure. We'll see. We'll see. So, you know, something like this, and put it on a brad, and then you could go like that. Isn't that fun? I love doing things like that. So, I got some little bitty ones here. Little bitty itty. I think the gold would go well. I'm still not too sure about this. But we'll give it a try, huh? Okay, got a little pokey tool. Oops, sorry about that. Oops. Okay. Alright, wait a minute. I want it down here. Okay. So, put that like that. And it would swivel. So we kind of want it about there. Out of the way, out of the way. I don't pencil mark. All right, slip this in. And poke that. Now we want to poke this. Okay. And get our brad in there. Okay. I kind of like to, oh, wait a minute. It's got to go through the whole thing. Okay. So this is the fiddly bit. I'm not too sure about. It's a little pokey tool. Need to make a little bit bigger hole. There we go. And there we have it. We have it. We have it. Put that in there for something hard to push against and flatten out those really well. Again, if this could, you know, if I did this before I closed it, I would actually, you know, glue some kind of piece of paper over those tongues, you know, so nothing gets caught up on them, you know, things like that. But there we go. See, isn't that fun? I love doing this. That's awesome. So let's see, what else do we want to do here? This one, I think, is yelling that it wants to be beige. That it wants to be beige. So we have one of those. See, I got some of these. Oh, I'm almost out. Oh, dang. Well, that's what happens when you use stuff. You end up sooner or later running out. No, I don't know. Oh, what's this? Now that is cute, isn't it? Oh, I like that. Okay. Oops. All these bits and bobs. I have no idea where they all came from. Don't know where that came from, but I like it. I wonder which way it's supposed to go. That way. Okay, so we're going to put that across the top. It looks like it's the perfect size too. Go figure. It looks like it was just waiting to be on this envelope. What's nice about this paper I'm using is that it will go with just about any journal I make. Doesn't have to be any particular theme or anything like that. It will just, I think it will just go with any journal I'm making, really. Because it just has that overall vintage look that most of my journals have to some extent, whether they're, you know, floral, you know, have a floral theme or nature theme or a Jane Austen theme. They all share the vintage theme, so that works. Put that back in. Of course, then we're going to take it back out, I'm sure, but in the meantime, okay. What else do we want? I got a whole bunch of stuff here on my desk that I've cut out. I like using things in threes. I don't know. I have to ink those up, that's for sure. Oops. Ah, I thought so. Yeah, that's not bad, is it? Maybe a little rose down here. A butterfly. Yeah, maybe that's going a little bit too far, huh? Oh, but maybe like that. Let's see. Get that inked up. If your fussing cutting isn't that exact, throwing a little bit of ink on the edge will make a world of difference, because it will totally hide places that you didn't, you know, it's more of a kiss cut than a fussy cut, which most of my cuttings tend to be a combination of kiss cut and fussy cut. Okay, so yeah, I'm liking that. Don't want to go overboard. Oops. There we go. There. How's that look? It's pretty, isn't it? I like how that looked. Yeah, I think I'm going to just leave that the way it is. I mean, I don't want to really cover that up, you know? So, there we go. So that's another one done. Let's see, the snap, that glue is dried. So there we go. Well, it snaps closed. Has a little pocket on the back. Do we want to put anything in that little pocket? I don't know. Little tiny tags. It needs to be a little bit shorter. There we go. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? There we go. I don't know if I have anything else. Those are all too big, I think. It would look funny if I cut it down. Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. Yeah, well. I've got some smaller ones. I think these are too small though. Let's see. Oh no, that's alright. Do a little bit of inking. There we go. Oops. I want to keep that little flower showing. There we go. That's cute. Oh. Maybe that was too much, huh? Well, it is what it is, right? Okay, so there we go. So yeah, get out your scrapbook paper. Remember, it's paper that you like that's going to go well with your journals or the journal you're making at the moment. And make yourself some fast, easy envelopes. And you can either sew the sides, or if you're precious with your sewing machine, you can glue the sides. Doesn't matter. And just have some fun decorating them up. With these, they're so quick and easy that the fun part, you get to the fun part quicker. That's decorating them up. So anyway, thanks for joining me today. As always, take care of you, love each other, and please join me next time